frustrates me because it's like I'm over here, I'm trying to do what I'm doing. I get the frustration on the one hand because I'm like, okay, well, I see what's going on. I see the issue. Every time I'm on TikTok and I swipe up, I see the black man worshiping what they call a snow bunny. I see that. I think it's evil. I think it's demonic. I don't understand it. But I also don't think that other groups of men are the answer. And quite frankly, y'all can stop putting in my comment section that we need to stop giving birth to black men. Because if you stop giving birth to black men, you stop giving birth to black women too. I don't know why we are at this point to where we somehow think that we are separate from each other and that somehow we can exist without the other. We can't exist without the other. Thank you, Rashad X, for the super chat. The bottom line is we can't exist without each other. There is no black women without black men. There is no black men without black women. And really, that's just the reality of it. That's really the reality of it at the end of the day.
Absolutely sickened me.
Which my son is a black male, to go and abort their black boys is absolutely ludicrous, because if you have ever had to terminate your pregnancy, which I have because I'm disabled, and it was the most gut-wrenching thing I've ever gone through, you don't know what that feels like and what it does to a person. So for you to go through and spread to the masses.
How does it feel to be left a single mother where the man tells you, I'm not going to raise my child at all, and you got to take responsibility? How gut-wrenching?
I am a single mother, okay? And I am raising my son alone. And I'm a single mother because my son's father was murdered, okay? So I do know what it is to be a single mother and to raise my son alone. So you don't sit here and...
psychologically damaging as an abortion. People get abortions all day, every day. Stop it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do have abortions every day and all day. And if you've never gone through it, you don't know what it's like to go through and have that... And to go through the trauma, because it's traumatic.
And you can't speak for every woman. It's not traumatic for every
woman. And neither can you. Have you had one?
I don't need to have one to know that it's not traumatic for every woman. It's not.
Well, if you've never gone through it, then don't speak on something you can't attest to.
Actually, I can speak on it. I worked at an abortion clinic.
Then you should know. If you worked at an abortion clinic, then you should know. When you walk up those doors, you've got people with signs and everything else protesting, and they don't even know why you're there. Okay? It is a very traumatic experience, and it is nothing that you should promote. It should be somebody else's personal experience if they want to go through it. But for you to sit up there and to tell people when you've not walked a day in their shoes that they should sit up there and throw away their kids when you have not gone through it yourself is the most hypocrite thing that I have ever heard in my life.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. No, it is. Telling a woman that she needs to be a single mother and go through the hardship of being a single mother in poverty, you're wrong for telling them that. What's best for them.
You're talking about two things that I have experienced myself, being a single mother of a black male and have terminated my pregnancy. I have done both. So you're speaking to somebody who has raised her child alone and is going to school to be a doctor. Okay, so to tell me my son is a destiny is cool.
You had gotten an abortion, and if it would have been much easier to do that if you had gotten an abortion. Keep it a buck. You will not.
What would it be more easier if I would have gotten an abortion?
Terminated your pregnancy. Stop it.
This broad had the audacity again to say that it's no trauma when a woman has an abortion. How do you know? Have you ever had one? No, I didn't, but I can tell you that it hasn't. It's been reported that there are dramatic changes in mental health in women who's had an abortion. The study examined medical information from over 877,000 women, of which 164 had an abortion. The women had an abortion were 81% more likely to experience mental health struggles. They were 34% more likely to develop anxiety disorder, 37% more likely to experience depression, 110% more likely to abuse alcohol, 155% more likely to commit suicide, 220% more likely to abuse marijuana. You mean to tell me that there's no ramifications of having an abortion to a woman's mentality? You are sick. And the idea that we're not even talking about the mental effects of women, the idea that women are silently struggling, something that they thought would just help them out and not struggle in the world and be okay, is actually keeping them in a struggle. Higher rate of suicide, higher rate of depression, anxiety, drug and alcohol abuse. And you want to tell me after an abortion, everything is A-okay, and you are just willy-nilly telling Black women to do it. And then you want to know why Black women act the way that we act. You want to know why we have addiction problems and why we overweight and why we drinking. Because we're suffering silently, which is not silent anymore, I guess. I don't know, because you can see it in how we act and how you can see it. You can see our problems and then wonder why we can't have real good relationship with our men. Because the acts that we're doing, we're getting rid of our babies, and we're not understanding that the after fact, mental issues that are plaguing our women. You are absolutely disgusting. Every single woman content creator needs to be speaking out. And you have a whole Black woman on the internet wanting to kill our children and then telling people that you're going to be okay once you do.